The following video has been Fatboy approved. These are the shill-free opinions of Fatboy. Every product reviewed is bought and paid for by Fatboy. Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? It is your boy. Welcome into Fatboy Fragrance Reviews and happy belated Christmas to everyone. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. We're a couple days left in this year. I hope you've had a great year, and if you haven't, I hope next year is better for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you are new to this channel, come on in. Hit the like and subscribe. Let me know that you like this content by leaving a comment, and make sure you include the words 5K because we still got time left to hit that 5K mark. We need a lot of work. We're not there yet, but we continue working at this baby. We can get there, so make sure you hit the like and subscribe, and so you can be a part of that big road to 5K. We have until this Sunday at midnight to finish it. Let's see how close we get, and I promise you that if we get there, we are going to have a party. All right, so if you want to sample my Yhea Parfums collection, go on over to fatboyfragrance.com, where the customer is always right. Right now, we've got going on starting at midnight the year-end clearance sale. Amazing sale we got going on, up to 50% off with the promo code. So go on over to fatboyfragrance.com, where the customer is always right, baby, like I said before. Okay, so double dip review time, baby, from Yhea Parfums. Let's get all up in it. And you know how we do it. No edits, no do-overs. All I ever need is one take. And I always get it right. Fatboy Fragrance Reviews starts now. All right, baby, we are back. And let's get all up in this double dip review from Yhea Parfums. Here we go. 2 from Yhea Parfums. Now, these are his first one he ever did from Yhea, and the last one he did to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Yhea Parfums. Also the home, as you can see, of all my collection back here, of Blue Dog, the fragrance of the year voted by you guys, and the Fatboy at the Yhea Awards this past year, fragrance of the year, the best fragrance, and also my now signature scent is Blue Dog from Yhea Parfums. So I have nothing but love for Yhea. I paid for these. Let's get all up in it. Here we go. All right, so the first one was his original one. I've worn it. I got my full feelings on it, and we'll just show off the boxes first. Then we'll get into the review on both of these. Bourbon Street, the original one, and the other one is a version of Bourbon Street, and he calls it Rue Dode. And I think I'm saying it right, Rudo. Maybe that sounds about right. Hopefully my French is not as good as my English is. Sometimes my English isn't as good. But those 2 are the ones we're going to be talking about today. I thought it'd be fitting to include his first and last to see where the journey has come, where he has come, and how fast that company, Yhea Parfums, has grown in the fragrance community by being very aggressive with his marketing and also making damn good fragrances. So let's go ahead and do the OG, the original one first. Here's another good look at the bottom, the box. Let's go and slide it down. He keeps it. And there you go. Here we go. So the notes on Bourbon Street, which I think is one of my wife's favorite too. It was love at first sniff for her. She loves this fragrance. So the notes on this bad boy go like this. Let me pull it up. I had it pulled up. Give me 1 second. I took a screenshot of it. I know I got it. No edits, baby. No edits. Here we go. So the notes is considered a unisex fragrance. We have apple, cinnamon in the top, tobacco, bourbon, and tonka bean in the middle. What you got me in those 2 right there, I'm in. Totally in on those 2 right there. In the bottom, you got sandalwood, cedar, and vanilla bean. So those are some great notes that are warm, inviting, and definitely one of those ones that you could just see it, how it can play out in your mind when you put it in your skin. When you smell it for the first time, you really pick up on these notes. So here we go. On the skin, because I put my skin online every time for y'all, baby. In the air, man, right away you pick up on that beautiful apple note. You pick up on the cinnamon. There's a boozy kind of quality to it, but that apple is so natural. And apple is hard to do because we know it's not a natural thing you can extract. Most of those are probably synthetic kind of notes you pick up on apple sometimes, but this one comes off very natural, very boozy, and a hint of leather. Although there's no leather in there, I pick up a little leathery vibe. I pick up like a tobacco, leathery, boozy apple vibe in the opening on this one, and it is stunning. I mean, it grabs you, brings you in, pulls up a seat and say, welcome to Smellville, baby, because you're gonna smell great. And this one does the job too. Man, Bourbon Street, I've never been to Bourbon Street, and it probably doesn't smell like this. To be honest, probably some wacky smells going on there. But as I told you before in my videos about Heads Parfums, he is like kind of like City Rhythm, where he picks a city, but all the Heads really focuses on the kind of vibes and inspirations he gets from his home city, or where he lives now, New Orleans. And it's a city that's vibrant, full of colors, smells, foods, taste, people, just an amazing place. And this one doesn't disappoint. For a first one out of the gate, he came out swinging. And I have not had a chance to review it, but I've worn it several times, and I gotta tell you, the opening on this fragrance, the apple is beautiful. Does it stay around long? No, it goes away. But then we get those great those great friends come in, cinnamon, tonka. That all comes in there and gives you this sweet, boozy vibe that I absolutely love. You know I'm a sucker for a sweet, boozy fragrance. Y'all know that. And this time of year, man, what else can you ask for the cooler months is this fragrance right here. The dry down kind of is a little leaner. I feel like the dry down and the mid are kind of the same. But is that a bad thing? Hell no. If the date was good, if you had a great first date and a great second date, and the third date was okay, you still had 2 great dates, baby. She's a keeper. This one's a keeper too, no doubt. Without a doubt, the opening is gorgeous. The dry down in the mid really accentuate the tonka and the vanilla and give it this kind of not as sweet, but still sweet. So, performance, we'll get into that now. We'll talk about this one and see if this one gets my full seal approval, and we'll go on to the next one. All right, first impressions in the air, absolutely stunning. I'm gonna give that a perfect full seal check. No doubt, beautiful when you spray it. You're gonna impress people, you're gonna smell great, and this one, I can honestly say, overspray all you want, it will not disappoint. You can spray this thing 1,000 times in the air, and it's just gonna keep on humming. Man, that apple note is beautiful. The apple note in the opening on that first impression will definitely move you and make you feel so good. It smells amazing. I love when apple's done right, and he has nailed it. This one right here definitely lives up to the hype. It's definitely one of the better ones in the collection. If you're looking for a boozy fragrance, it's got a little sweet vibe to it, but also holds well on bringing on that tonka and that vanilla to kind of like smooth it out to where it's not too sweet and not too boozy, but the tobacco's there kind of hanging around too. This is the one for you. All right, so performance. Performance is good. Not great, but good. I would say 5 hours, 6 hours is what I got out of it. That's plenty for me. I don't mind respraying because I love the opening. I can live with that. Some people have said more. I've heard people say less. For me, it was about 4 to 5 hours. I sprayed it. I went to dinner, came back. I could still smell it. I asked my wife how far away did that have to be for me. Her to smell it. She smelled it pretty close to me. Had to get a little closer towards the end of the 5 hours. But those first 2 hours, I was filling up a room. The sea hours was great. The scent bubble was good. After 2 hours, kind of dissipated. But what do you expect sometimes? This one is not one of those ones you're going to say, okay, kill me on performance. No. But this one, I don't mind respraying at all. I'm going to give it a 75% check. Almost a full check, but almost there. Because I wish it performed a little bit better. And I wish the apple note lasted a little bit longer. But that's it. All right. Does the wifey like it? I already told you. She loved it. Is this a compliment getter? Hell yeah, this is a compliment getter. This is a straight compliment getter. This is one you can wear on a first date. You want to impress your gal. She's going to love the way you smell when you wear this. Wear it to work. You'll be the hit of the day wearing this fragrance. No doubt. So full check on that. Finally, how much of a check do I give it? How much approval do I give it? I'm going to give it a full seal of approval. I'm gonna give it about 95% there, full seal. The other 5% hanging around is I wish I had more apple. That's it. That's my only complaint. I think I'm pretty happy. So, the first one we reviewing today, the first one he made, Hez Parfums, love it. You should check it out. What that means for you when I score it that high, it's blind bottle worthy. But if you want to sample it, sorry about that guys, my camera cut off for some reason. But if you do want to sample it, go on over to fatboyfragrance.com where you can sample just a single decant. You want to buy the whole bundle pack, you can pick it up at Hez too. I'll leave the link below. If you want to buy a full bottle, I'll definitely be leaving the link below. He does have a promotion going on for his 1 year anniversary. Amazing start with this one, Hez. Love it. All right, so next one up. This one is the last one he made in honor of his first one to show you where he's come on his journey. Now this fragrance right here is basically the same ingredients. This was, I'm gonna say it's Rudeau. It's me guessing. There's a good look at the box. Here is the bottle. Let's pull it on down. All right, here we go. Pull it out. Give you a good look at the bottle for kind of tell you what this fragrance kind of is made up of. Here we go. All right, so this one right here, the biggest difference in this one is pretty much the same notes as the original, but he added rose, raspberry, and oud to this fragrance to give it, raspberry, rose, incense, and musk. Basically giving it a little sweeter vibe than just having an apple in there. So let's go and put this one on the skin. I've worn this one too, got my full feelings on it. And I'll tell you how much of an approval I'll give this one and we'll get out of here, baby. All right, on the skin, in the air. All right, this one right off the jump, you're gonna pick up that incense oud vibe. You're definitely gonna feel that. Is it as oudy as I would like to say, as say Voodoo Magic? No, but you're also gonna pick up what's replaced the apple, in my opinion, is that raspberry note. And that raspberry note is slamming. Oh my God, do I love this opening. You pick up on the raspberry, it is beautiful, it is there. It is, I would like to call this like a nasty raspberry. Not nasty as nasty smelling, but a raspberry that means business. That's backed up by some damn big ass dudes with them, and they're ready to go. This raspberry's got two big ass bodyguards with it, and that's musk and incense. And that one bodyguard who's not that big but still pretty tough, rose. You do get a hint of rose on this, but it's more noticeable as it dries down. So when this fragrance bumps out, do I pick up a lot of Bourbon Street? A little bit there, not a lot. This is a flanker of Bourbon Street in my opinion, but not really close, a whole new thing. This one right here beams and screams for you guys who like a kind of incense oud fragrance, but you want it to be wearable at work. This is the one for you. This one, I got people telling me all about it. What they picked up most on was the oud, and was the incense vibe. They said it kind of smells like a fruity incense. I was like, yeah, it's pretty close to being accurate. Oh man. Does it disappoint? Because I'm not a big oud kind of guy. It's not too oudy. The incense is there and it stays prevalent throughout the fragrance. But with those other notes that come with Bourbon Street, they kind of take over this fragrance. I would say what you're going to be experiencing with this one is the raspberry and the incense, the rose towards the dry down, and you're going to get some of that vanilla and sweetness at the end. Still there, still beautiful. The musk and sandalwood work really well together. It gives it almost like a leathery vibe, kind of to the point. Not so boozy. This one is not boozy at all. Unlike Bourbon Street, there's no booze. There's no kind of feel to that one. This one definitely feels more incense and raspberry are the key. They kill it on that point. All right, so I wore this one to work twice. And I really wanted to get people's opinion on this because incense fragrances can kind of be a little tough for some people. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I am intimidated sometimes wearing a fragrance that I feel like might not be something enjoyable for people around me. But I wanted to make sure it was, because I always try to be real and true with my opinion on fragrances, because that's the way I'm supposed to be. This is my money. I spent it. I don't have to please anybody. And I gotta say, this one surprised me. Hella surprised me. So let's see if this one gets my full seal approval, and we'll move on. Before first impressions in the air. Okay, you gotta understand that when you first smell, the first thing you smell is gonna be the incense and a little oud vibe. But give it a second, because that raspberry is gonna come in like a nice palate cleansing finish and make this a stunner on the opening. A stunner. The best raspberry note I've ever tried in a fragrance, period, is this one. I've tried a lot of things with raspberry in there. This one kills it. Do I pick up on the rose? It's there, but it's not really doing much for me. I try to avoid it a little bit, or maybe I've just become so not a big fan of rose that kind of like pushed to the side of my mind. But the opening is a full seal approval, and it blew me away. All right, second box, performance. Get ready to get blown away. This is a monster performer. Please go easy on the sprays. Do not go heavy on this one. It does perform. I could smell it and smell it and smell it. With this one, when I get a little nervous about wearing something, I'll spray it on the inside of my shirt and not so much on the outside. And it didn't matter. People could smell it and smell it and smell it. I only sprayed this once at work, and then that was it. The next day I sprayed it twice just to see, if I can get people to pick up on the raspberry a little bit more. And I tell you what, performance is not a problem. Easily, I could have just sprayed it once and had an all-day performance, and a all work day for me is 8 hours. No doubt could still smell it. Spray it on your clothes and you're gonna smell it for 2 days. Okay, third box. Does the wifey like it? Doesn't hate it. Wasn't like something that wowed her. It is definitely an intense fragrance for her. It's not her profile, but she's growing on this kind of profile. She picked up on the raspberry right away and said that was her favorite part. But the key is, people love this one. Now, the people I thought that wouldn't, is like a couple people at work don't like the scent profile, but I had people telling me, you smell good. This was an easy winner for me. Surprisingly, I got compliments off it, and I was surprised because of the incense vibe. And it gives off this leather oud vibe sometimes. So this one performed, and it also gave me compliments, and also smells great in the opening. So what do you think I'm going to give this bad boy as a full check or not? This one gets 100% approval. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this one's easily my favorite incense vibe fragrance I've smelled this year, without a doubt. Hez is a great way of giving me these different types of fragrances. And I can say this is my favorite blue fragrance I smelled this year. This is my favorite boozy fragrance I smelled this year. This is my favorite oud fragrance I smelled this year. And now this is my favorite incense raspberry fragrance I smelled this year. And it's not close. Which the rose, I'm fine with the rose not being that prominent. But if you like rose, this might not be the one where you kind of pick up a lot of rose, okay? But overall, 100% approval. So 95% approval for Bourbon Street. His original first creation, and his last one gets 100% approval. This one right here is amazing. Pick it up if you like this scent kind of profile. Don't go into it thinking it's just a straight compliment getter like a cardamom fragrance or anything like that. You gotta understand, it's a complex fragrance, but on you smelling it might not smell the same as somebody else. We all have different tastes, but overall, the experience I had with this one was very positive. Overall, another great job, Hez. Do you have a dud in this collection? Jeez Louise. When am I going to find the bad Hez Parfums? I don't think they exist. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay well. And if you smell good, baby, and you feel good, then it's going to be all good. Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews is out.